gonna do? I can't tell you, but I shock it too. Say it's your game. Do what you wanna do now. I fucking love that song. I love it. It's just one of those things where you gotta love it. Welcome to the Rockstar Roadie podcast. And if the little bastard comes out of nowhere, you son of a bitch. Fuck off. Anyway, welcome to the Rockstar Roadie podcast. I am your host, Daniel ONeil, aka Borga, which I hate, but my next guest especially knows me by that. So many people do. Today is a special one. It's with a very dear old friend. And I know I say that every episode because they are all my old friends. And I've toured with them, and we're old, we're crotchety, we're grumpy, get off our fucking lawns. But today's episode is special. But you know the rules, folks. We got to do the spiel. Got to do the spiel because my lawyers say I have to do it, and I pay them stupid money, so I'm going to listen to somebody for once. So, with that being said, we are not therapists. We never profess to be therapists. Our opinions, our thoughts, and everything that we have gone through and the way we have found solutions for them or sought solutions for them are that of our own. We tell stories. You take what you want from them. We're here to listen. If you need anything, you go to the YouTube page, subscribe, and then comment. Myself or my guest for that episode, we will answer you. We will try to help you if you need help. We will, we're the type of people that if it gets so bad, we'll give you our damn phone number. You can call and just vent. But what we talk about on here is not to be taken and used as your own. You have to find your own way. But we give you how we handle it. Legality is done. All right. Number 2, the 2 rules of the podcast. This is my favorite part. We do not talk politics, and we sure as hell don't talk religion. With that being said, I am going to bring in my guest, who is a crotchety old bastard who I love dearly and have done tours with, and we have laughed, we have cried, we have fought, we have argued, we have loaded trailers, and union hands thought we were going to stab each other, but at the end of the day, we love each other. So please welcome my guest, Mr. Glenn G.K. Kaufman.
I do. I agree. That intro music is just, it's the bomb.
Dude, right? The intro is perfect because I do what I want to do and nobody tells me shit. And then my outro is perfect too.
And
so
you just can't help but groove.
No. And that's just it. That's kids today. They don't, they don't listen to the good music. They listen to the shit. What's up, my brother?
Well, you know better than anybody. You've been following along,
Following along and living the dream with you. Trust me.
No need for cliff notes for you.
No.
Everything. Today's a good day.
Good. So, first off, we got to talk about a picture, which I love because it's so stupid. Because it is us, though. That was on Night Ranger.
Oh, that was what a classic run.
2 crew guys for 5 band members.
That's the whole road crew right there.
That is the whole road crew. Well, we're missing Brian, who was at front of house.
Of course, yeah.
Did we have a monitor engineer and a lighting guy? I don't even remember.
Not yet. We didn't have Howard. We were gearing towards hiring Howard, but no.
I didn't remember.
It was house guys.
Wow. God, and it feels like that was yesterday. It really does to me sometimes because, like, the fun ones always feel like they were yesterday. The horrible ones, you just tend to forget. The horrible.
Man,
ones.
Was that? I mean, the shit gigs that we did, it was still. I gotta say, honest truth, that was more fun than some of the stadium tours with 100 guys on the crew and. It was just.
Well, it was
the
just
band,
you and me.
The band were family, crotchety old family, but family.
Mm-hmm.
They've come a long way. They have a full crew and a truck with their decal on it now, 53-footer.
And they're on their retirement tour. This is it.
They just did Japan. We didn't do Japan together with them.
No.
No, but they just got back. Anyway, again, I have a lot of, what's your favorite tour? All of them. Because if I didn't love it and I couldn't tap my foot to the music, I basically didn't want to do it.
Well, what's funny is we've known each other over 20 years, but we didn't do our Shit, no, longer than that. Over 30 years. But
We
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 didn't.
were we were in the circuit together in the great Gildersleeves days,
Yes.
like back in Long Island and the New York City and Jersey
Yep.
circuit with all the, I started with Bonnie Parker in 77, 6, 77, Bonnie Parker Band. I still talk to Bonnie. She's still rocking it.
Good deal.
She launched my career. Her and a drunker you get, the better we sound band out of Boston called Duke and the Drivers.
There's a lot of bands like that.
But we were in the what a great time of man in music, because you could every night go to a different club and there'd be live music,
Yeah.
good live music.
Well, I had
Rum Bottoms and all those Jersey clubs, Dunes till dawn. It was great.
Well, I had my buddy TJ Hoffman on, and he's a Jersey boy, and we just started naming off clubs from New York to New Jersey that, like, again, same thing. You can go to any one of those clubs at any given time during the week and always see a cool band.
Yeah. Now, granted,
Now,
a lot of them were cover or tribute bands, but they were damn good.
Yeah, hell, they were. That's
remember
when a cover
bands
band was good.
Remember bands like Crystal Ship, who, the guy could, if you shut your eyes, he was Jim Morrison, or,
Right.
Rat Race Choir doing that was originals, but, the bands were great. The one guy that was the roadie, already knew what he was. I mean, that was my school.
Oh, yeah. Same here. Club
like
circuit.
You said, like you and Mikey Arata were talking about, I'd walk in with a Marshall on my fucking shoulder and be like, are you with the band? No, I'm carrying this because I like to. But
I love those questions. Are you with the band? No, I'm bored and just carrying this around for fun. It's my purse.
I like carrying a Marshall 4x12 on my shoulder for nothing. But
yeah, I attribute that my knees to those 4x12s being
neck.
shot.
All the things that crotchety old Jews say, my neck, my back,
Oy vey, it's me.
Yeah.
But no, so we've known each other forever, but we didn't never toured together until Ozfest, when you were the production manager for Godsmack, silly freaking earner, Godsmack, and I was tour managing Reveille.
That's right.
And that was pretty cool, because you looked after me, and I greatly appreciated that.
Well, it was the same management. Don't forget, we had
Paul Geary.
We had some interband sort of love affairs, right, Jessica?
And
it was very soap opera-ish, but very fun and family.
Dude, you try keeping my guys. Dude, the part that sucked, and I love these kids. I had a tutor on the road with me for two of them. So here I am.
God bless Kativa.
Well, no, Kativa was my assistant. I had Michelle, who was the band tutor.
Oh, that was Tommy Stewart's girl, right? Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. But, here I am with a band 16 and I got two guys 16 and under traveling on an Eagle 45, the better bus out of all the bands on the second stage. And I got two hot women on the bus. And I'm trying to wrangle them to keep them away from the Osborne kids, because I knew there was just trouble a brewing there. It was just like, I'm just done. Like, I couldn't take it anymore. It's like they were driving me nuts. And I love them. They were great, but I understand their side of it too. They were kids in a candy store. They were handed the reins to go play Ozfest on the second stage.
Yeah, they were finishing school on the road, on a bus.
Yeah, that was another thing, to get them to sit their asses down and do their schoolwork. I was like part-time dad, I was tour manager, part-time dad, and all this shit. It's like, God damn.
Yeah.
But so, we did that. You looked after me, and I greatly appreciated that. And then as the years go by, we do Night Ranger together, and we do it with one of the best people ever. And, I'll put him up here.
Oh.
T-Boy.
Todd.
He brought us together to do Night Ranger. And
now there's the whole road crew.
That's the real crew right there. Oh. Brian. I loved Brian.
I still talk to him. He's out on Styx.
He's mixing Journey, right?
No, he's out on Styx.
Oh, that's right. Styx. He moved over to Styx.
He was Foreigner for forever.
Yes.
Hey. Sorry, my kids are getting rough with each other.
That's all right. I got three downstairs. That's why my office is upstairs. I know.
Bonnie, Clyde, come say hello. Come here. Up. Come here. Come. You don't want to? Come here, Clyde. Clyde. They're camera shy.
Fair enough. So yeah, I mean, and putting up this picture kind of just it brings up, we lost Todd. And I think and Todd being younger than me really hit me hard. But Todd and I had toured together with Trickster 30 years ago. And again, another guy I lived my life with on the road, just like you. Both of us, I'm seeing that we're losing friends more often, and it is because we're getting older. Some to old age and some to other things. But
Yeah.
how have you been handling it?
Well, I say this in honesty and in hopes that it reaches somebody that needs to hear it. It was a great 40+ year career. I forgot there was a real world out there. Don't. It'll bite you in the ass in the end.
Yep.
The career got too hard to do because of physical conditions and illnesses and this medical issue, that medical issue. I can't do it anymore, nor do I want to. It's a whole different world. That's, we don't. I am that crotchety old man that screams, "Get off my lawn" to most of the new breed of roadie, but I don't want to sling mud at them. There's probably some good superstars out there too.
And there is, but there's some
Yeah.
you want to punch in the skull.
But it was great. It's everything you read about in magazines. It's backstage parties. It's multiple women at night. It's I'm not married, so I can say that kind of stuff. And it was debauchery at its finest. It was drug abuse. It was alcohol overuse every night. And it was tough not to do it. It was just so in your face.
Right.
And the bands were doing it. And on a night off, the bands and the crews were.
Back in the day, I was telling that to someone the other day. Back in the day, before this all went to more to the corporate side, yeah, we all hung out. All of us.
And it was, what it taught me? It taught me a very dear skill and lesson in that, yeah, that's fine on a night off. Tomorrow is a show day. You're on the fucking clock.
Yeah.
And we never failed at distinguishing side to side. Guys like you and me could be their friends and drink at the bar with them. And next day, when they're not happy about something, they yell at us. We don't take it like a friend just yelled at me. The boss isn't happy.
Yeah, my paycheck just told me to do my job. It's that simple. I'm still, listen, PJ from Trickster and all the boys, they're my brothers. Okay. I'd die for each and every one of them. But I also knew that line that we're on the clock right now. And guess what? In 45 minutes to an hour, when that clock is done, we're back to being bros. So yell your brains out.
They're going to come on our bus. We're going to go on theirs. It's right. It's, but, and I don't know, it's probably for the better that doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, I don't know if it's for the better, but I think it
makes it impersonal. I think it makes touring a little bit more or less personable because you don't have that camaraderie, which is one of the things I'm glad about with like TSO, with Al Petrelli. We go back so far and know each other so well where we just laugh at each other and break each other's balls, but we get the job done.
We always did. Sorry. No, not now. We always got the job done. And then, yeah, we were able to, turn it around on another mental plane the next night.
Exactly. I mean,
and now in my own personal opinion, yeah, it's changed worlds. It's, now without mentioning who they are, the big three, if you will, you could work at a used car lot and get the same feeling out of it.
Yes.
And too often I see in the new breed a lot of backstabbing to get his job.
Oh, dude, it's enormous.
We would never do that.
Nope, because we had respect, we had morals.
There's the word. Bingo. There's no respect anymore.
Now, I will say, and let's use a couple guys as perfect instance. Myself, I know for a fact I'm about to go out with Nate on this drum tech named
I
Nate,
love Nate.
and let's take Nate and then Chris,
I
who's going to
still
be the
can't
other.
pronounce his last name, but I
I
love
can't
Nate.
either, and I'm just going to call him Nate W. I'm going to call him W. But I know those are old school guys. I know that would never happen. Jeff Hines, who isn't unfortunately available this year, that wouldn't happen with him. Al Petrelli, that wouldn't happen with him. There's so many guys from our era that I can tell that won't happen. But if a guy comes in that I've never heard of or tells me he toured with XYZ band that I've never heard of, yeah, no, we're going to be real careful on how you piss me off.
You better be fucking good at it after that. Yeah.
Because after 40 years, if you think you got tricks, you ain't seen shit.
Some are with us, some are not. I mentioned I was going to, because I feel I owe it to a lot of my mentors and teachers.
Yes, please.
We grew up with nothing but the very best that ever. There's one of them right there.
That's my boy.
As I'm talking about people that taught me, Schneider's at the top of that list. Michael Ahern, Benny Collins.
Oh.
So many are gone. Marty Halm taught me a lot. Craig Blazer, all these people, and there's so many more that I just can't. It would be a fucking marathon. But the
same here.
The quality of people that taught us, gone or not gone, mostly gone.
Mostly gone, yeah. I mean, there's a couple left in my life that aren't, but they're not far from it, and it's just reality.
No, I was. I was close to it. I died.
I know,
and here I am. But
yeah, we both were, and we'll get into that.
I think my point is the quality of the teachers is what's lacking and going away. Mm-hmm. Like and the quality of the student is so much. They don't.
Me what?
They're like this, not listening. They're on their phone, and to have the opportunity to be taught how to do it by a Danny ONeil, by a Schneider who's still doing it, by the people that are still doing it, and to wave off that opportunity. I got nothing for them.
Yeah, 100%. And
the guys that'll listen like this.
Yes.
Holy shit! I'm hearing a legend tell me what to do.
Well, what I tell them, and I could tell real quick the ones that'll work. I tell them, shut your mouth and open your ears. You start questioning me when I'm trying to tell you something. It's not a superiority thing. It's not an ego thing. It's shut the fuck up and listen. My stories, if I sit on the bus and tell a new kid stories, just listen to them, because you'll find the meaning in them and the reason behind them. So they don't understand that. And I've run into a few, that's all they do when you're trying to talk to them. It's like, and then I've run into a few who are like, man, feed me. I had this kid on the podcast. He's the keyboard player for Sabotage, an amazing guitar player, but the kid's a fucking sponge and so respectful.
I love it.
It's insane. It's such a nice guy. I had no problem setting up, because I did his first tour ever with him and with Sabotage. He never toured before. And, obviously we do the normal East Coast razzing, and he took it and laughed with it and had fun with it the whole way. And I'm like, that's the right way to do it.
Thank God there are still those left.
Yes, 100%. But, you brought up a good point. So let's kind of talk about it. I mean, we're going to tell stories, but, and there's going to be an episode 2 with Glenn Kaufman in January when I run season 2, because I normally tend to try to not make these go over an hour. And I think you and I will probably hit the 3-hour mark if we keep going. Yeah. But, let's talk about it. You and I, we're both diabetics. We have both had health issues over being a diabetic, and, no one's to blame but us. Let's be real. I'm not blaming some system. I'm not blaming, vaccines or all that shit. Eating on the road is a pain in the ass.
But I'm just gonna.
No. Put that away. I don't want to know. Yeah.
Issues, diabetic issues. What are those?
I know. So, but it's, nowadays it's more. What's the word? Nowadays it would be more cool I guess I don't have the fucking word. I don't give a shit. You know the word, fucking message me and I'll tell me the word. But it's oh, he's a baby. But it's more in tune to look at what you're eating now. But back in the day, we didn't have that choice.
No,
You know,
no,
back in the day,
especially on the road.
especially on the road. I mean, listen, when we were younger, we didn't get bus stock. We didn't get after show food. You know, we ran into the truck stop with the $15 to $25 a day we made in per diem to grab stuff that was in no way, shape, or form fucking healthy and put our name on it and stick it in the bus. And that was our food, you know? So,
Yeah, that's right.
but it's like alcohol. You know, that's me being an alcoholic back in the day, messed up my liver. No. So, you know, I'm paying for that now. You know, the diabetes is the payback for not being able to eat good for multiple years, but you change that. But sometimes it doesn't always fix the problem. You know, you got to be more conscious.
Sometimes it's a little too, it's too little too late, but
Right. I mean, and let's be honest, you've lost how many toes?
2 now. I
Two.
am the Terminator. I am Tobor. I am Tobor the Ape Man. You remember that cartoon?
Oh my God, dude. Wow.
I am
Tobor the Ape Man.
I am 8 Ball.
Ape ball. Yeah. We all know what the 8 ball means, folks.
Yeah.
Come on now. I did an episode on that one. So yeah, I mean, our lifestyle of being on the road comes with consequences, maybe not right up front, but in time. And here we are, you and I at our age, paying the consequences for our deeds.
Yeah. I told myself that I would hope you'll allow me to do things like share certain things
Please.
so that younger folks who are the ones that like to learn and want to be good at it and watch your podcast and see the caliber of people that you have on these podcasts. I
Oh,
hope
they
they're
get better.
listening. And what I would tell them is save your fucking money. Even now, our business does not have a retirement fund. I see there are people trying to do this and that, but it doesn't exist.
They've been trying for years to unionize and to
And
get
if
a
I may,
retirement thing and medical,
right,
but it's just
it,
never happening.
it just doesn't, there's too many weird ingredients, but save your money. Don't party it away. The last 3 months of my life have been should be an after school special movies. For those of you who remember those, grab a box of tissues and sit down and watch it. Just between 3 moves in a row in 3 months, losing money, having not enough money to begin with, but still surviving. I'm getting at what you did for me. You and Sandy Espinosa did for me. You saved my life.
No.
I would have been in the fucking street. That's not a dramatization. This man and someone who you'll probably never see on his podcast because she doesn't want attention or seek glory. She's just got a heart as big as my head. And these 2 people, you've seen the GoFundMe. They did it. They saved me.
There it is.
I'm sorry I brought it.
No, it's okay to bring it up, but I mean, we don't want to focus on that.
No, not at
But
all.
and listen, you saying we saved your life, you've saved mine over and over just by being my friend and being there when I needed somebody. So to return the favor is what we do. We roadies look out for roadies.
That's the
We
kind of shit
all go through
that's the
hard
kind of
times.
shit that's missing in
Well,
today's.
yeah. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, I had Joe Lonky on the other day and we were
I
talking
love
about
him.
this. And
I,
we were talking about it. And, you know, we were talking about, you know, artists who looked after their crew, you know, and Billy Squire did through the whole pandemic. Not Billy Squire. Holy shit. Sorry. Billy Idol.
Billy Idol. Yeah.
Billy is just an amazing
Squire.
man. Well, he had a picture of Billy Squire. That's why I remember Billy Squire.
Right.
But
I worked for Bobby Chenard, one of my first drummer. Anyway.
But to do the GoFundMe for you, it's what we do, you know. And listen, people always need help. I needed help during the pandemic, and Sandy was there for me too. So, you know, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take the help. but you don't have to, you don't have to feel bad about it.
Took me a
And
minute.
it's hard. I pretty much, I think I yelled at you to just shut the fuck up and just take the help, because you have to. We're a lot of things in this world right now are very uncertain. Where people are going to get the next meal, how they're going to afford to grocery shop, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, I don't talk politics. So the reality is there are millions of people who are afraid, especially I just had my health premiums come in, and it's almost not quadrupled. I'd say a little bit over doubled for next year, which I can't afford per month.
Hmm.
Even on a roadie salary, I can't.
No, not unless you're on the road 12 months a year.
And then so I mean, and there's great apps out there, by the way. I discovered them thanks to my doctor, because I have a doctor friend in Kansas who's a great guy and looks after a lot of road crew guys who don't have insurance, and helps get things going for them. He actually, there's a good an app called Well RX and Good RX,
I know Good
and
RX.
it saved me a ton of money on my prescriptions. And yeah,
I use
if I had
Good
medical,
RX.
would they have been better? Sure, by a couple bucks, but Good RX got them well down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So helping you, I don't consider it help. I consider it being there for a family, and that's what matters. But
Well, like I said, you literally saved my life with it.
well, thank you. Remind me not to do that again.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Get off my lawn.
I'm
What do you
sorry
mean
I missed.
funny? How
I
am I
can't believe I
funny?
missed Joel and you, Lonky.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Oh,
No,
love
no.
that guy.
So basically, the way I do these is because I'm going out on tour, I basically bank up all the recordings, and then they all get uploaded to YouTube. Everybody go to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. All right, make a comment. We'll answer you back. No stupid questions, because we'll tell you to fuck off. But so I bank them all up, and then I upload them to YouTube, and they're scheduled to be released on certain dates. So his will come out soon. As funny as let me hang on. I got to look at my list, because you'll get a kick out of this. I did it on purpose. Yeah. So it goes Joel Lonke, Brian Taylor,
Oh no.
then you're through all three releases in a
I
row.
love, me and Brian grew up together.
Dude, Joel and Brian did my first tour, real tour, not a van tour. Did my first real tour with me.
We did Broken Arrow, which was a high school band together.
Brian
The
was my
right track.
roommate.
I never knew that. I love him so much.
Brian was my roommate, and he always threatened to punch me in the face, but never did.
He was the guy, and I want to hear the rest of your list. He was that guy in high school. So I went to Hewlett. He went to Baldwin, which is a couple of towns over, part of the crazy lunatic biker crowd in Baldwin. And I was the young rebelling Jew, father owns a kosher butcher shop called Hebrew National. And I wanted to be a bad boy and the motorcycle people. And somehow Hewlett and Baldwin did this, probably over girls that Baldwin wanted a date.
Right.
Anyway, that's when I know Brian that long. We go back to a place called, you already did his, right?
No, his is tomorrow.
Well, tell him Kaufman said, and I'm sure he'll watch it. How about that Fub's Pub?
All right, I will. That'll be
and
funny.
People like Richie Ginelli and Lenny Zealand and these maniacs that burned each other's houses down over women, and wives that burned his house. We were crazy.
I know.
I love Brian Taylor, and he's I would imagine you don't lose it, an amazing engineer.
Well, and it goes to, the reason I did the people for my season one, for my premiere season, was they're all old friends, but we all know each other in some way. We've either toured together, grew up together, ran the circuit together. We all know each other. And in the ones who I ran the circuit with, well, we toured together, in one way, shape, or form, whether it be early or later, we all did it.
Who
it's
else
like, here's a great picture.
Oh.
So the gentleman with the glasses, with the gray beard, that's Mr. Paul Spriggs. He was my tour manager for Trickster.
Love Paulie.
That is Southside Jason, who we all grew up with in Jersey. He's not a roadie. He was a bar owner in New York City, but not when we were young.
He dabbled in music as
Yeah, he
management.
dabbled. He sucks, and I'll tell him that. And that's David Bagel Unger, who is the A&R rep to everybody, and who always looked out for the crews, and who was always there when people needed him.
For all of us. Yeah.
For all of us, you
Love
know.
Bagel.
And I'm gonna have him on in January too. We couldn't sync up for this time because today was supposed to be the last day for podcast records, but I have 2 more I have to do tomorrow, and it's Brian and my buddy Patrick, who's the guitar tech for the Smashing Pumpkins, only because it comes down to scheduling. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like we all know each other and we all have stories, we all have things to tell. So I'm like, well, what better people to have on? Now for you, let's stop dwindling on the past. So tell me, look back in your brain there, as much of it that's left, and tell me one of your most favorite moments on tour.
Favorite moments on tour.
Like whether it be a good show, whether it be a banging party, whether it be meeting someone famous, it doesn't matter. Whatever is something that brought you joy.
Can it be a week-long moment?
Sure. It can be anything.
1987.
Shit, I don't remember.
David Bowie, Glass Spider. We had a week.
Wait, did you do that with Schneider?
No, Bobby did Serious Moonlight.
No, that's right. Okay.
In 83, I did the next tour as Tony Thompson's drum tech.
Okay. So week long, 1987, go.
We had 10 days off between Sydney and the start of the U.S. run. David personally came into a room where the entire 100 and something people road crew were assembled in and said, I'm going to, in his great, elegant accent, I got you all here so I don't have to say it once. We have almost 2 weeks off. Decide whether you want to stay here in Australia and have a little vacation or go home. Of course, I stayed.
Duh.
And this is the days of Siebel Townhouse. That's where we stayed. With the fucking bar, the Rockstar bar. King's Cross was still a fucking free-for-all.
I remember it well.
Roadie playground, Cauldron Room till 8 a.m. All the, the ratio. Well, first off, before I say that sentence, the women in Australia didn't like Australian men because they were abusive.
Yep.
And
I've heard that
they really were.
Times.
So with a ratio of 7 women to 1 man in a country where you're on tour with one of the biggest rock stars on the planet, let's say companionship is not hard to come by. So for a week,
I love the accent.
I could have been Hugh Hefner that week.
Fair enough.
So that's probably one of I have a lot of favorite moments. So many that I was scrambled when you asked.
No, and that's fine because I do that on purpose because you never know what I'm going to ask. But the reason I ask those, and my therapist taught me this, is she would shoot me a question out of the blue, and it's literally you spurt out the first thing that comes to your mind. That is your favorite moment. Yeah, sure. There's more, but
I thought I was going to say something else, and then that just went, holy shit! The week
because that in your mind, in your subconscious, running
around with guys like Bruce Haynes, Joe Worsing, God rest his soul, Romeo, Andy Spray, just, I don't think you knew Andy. He disappeared. He was on Andy Spray. We did John Waite and Scandal together. We did Julian Lennon together. Julian, those were the memories that have initially popped up when you asked me that. A lot of Julian stuff.
Right.
Because we were close. He was very young. We had to literally push him on stage. His first appearance. He looked at me and Andy. We were in the wings. He said, I can't do this. And I just said, well, look around you. You see all these guys that have jobs? They won't if you can't. Now go do your job. And I sort of pushed him. And this was This was a private audience, dress rehearsal, Las Colinas here in Dallas, Texas, when it was brand new. And the audience was, all of Shoko, including ML, Johnny Roberts, I don't know if Jimmy Regis was there, but, again, old school fucking talent that you read about, were in the audience, and Magruder and Will and the Sharp brothers, and I could go on dropping names, but this was that show, and I pushed him out there, and about halfway through the first song, he looked at me and Andy, went, "I can do it." He looked at me and Andy and said, "I can do this." No shit. You're a Lennon, first of all. And, we're in contact. He's making music again, and he's still making incredible photography. So I'm going to try to get him to sign up to your podcast because he'd enjoy it.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. So let's talk about obviously, listen, we've lost friends to old age, substance abuse, their own hands, a lot of it. And it's one of those things where I always say, I wish someone would call me if they need to talk. Because I've been at that point and I've called someone and I felt better just to get it off your chest.
I agree.
But what have you felt, or what have, from when you toured, because you're not that far retired, but what did you see was like a hardcore mental issue with road crew?
Well, people, and a lot of them have significant others, being away from their loves, their families, being in situations where they felt peer pressure to do things like drugs, even though they didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, so I'm cool.
So you're accepted.
So I'm accepted in this crazy thing called Roadie. I wish I could have been there for those guys. I wish I could, just longing for home. Homesickness is a very real thing.
Oh yeah, trust me, I've been through it.
Even if you don't have a significant other at home, you have a dog at home. Hello, me. I always had a dog that somebody else was taking care of, that I was missing the best of days with.
Yeah.
Oh,
my dogs are my children, plain and simple. I have two-legged children, and I have four-legged children, and they're all treated the freaking same.
I don't mind telling you here on your podcast that, without explaining just the last 3 months have been, I found a house. It's got the right fence. I'm going to keep Bonnie and Clyde.
Good.
They're staying with me.
Good. And that's how it should be. And again, I told you earlier before we started recording, I said, we are put through things for a reason. We don't know that reason. We'll never know that reason. And, you were put through this house that you're in now. We won't go into it any further, but now you see the end result of that reason. There was something better for you. And there's always something better for you. It just may not show itself right off the bat.
There really is. There really is. You just got to keep the faith and not give in to your own demons at the moment. It's a moment and it will pass.
Well, when you were touring, so what I've noticed in the last, let's say 10 years, what I've noticed for road crew is depression. And what we do is not for the faint of heart. Everyone thinks what we do is like this big party. It's this big, everyone hangs out, everyone, parties, everyone, whatever. We don't do that no more. Anyway. Let's be clear.
It ain't that.
No. And it's like I was telling somebody, I'm done with a show. I load out, I load my truck, I jump in the shower, I go to the bus. I might have a salad because that's what our production coordinator gets me. And I'll dive in my bunk. I'll take an ibuprofen, a Pepsid AC, and I'll crawl under my heating blanket. It's just reality,
Depression.
The bones. But depression, because we work so much and we're in close, like if we're not doing an amphitheater tour, we're inside all day. So you have no windows, you have no, you're stuck in a building and you're working your ass off all day. It will eventually get to you. Again,
I used to call that getting in a fluorescent tube tan.
Yes. And again, it goes down to if you have a significant other at home, if you have children, if you have dogs, that adds on to it. So I'm seeing I was seeing a lot of depression. Now I'm seeing guys who have depression are able to like pull you aside and just have a conversation. And I tell people if someone wants to just talk, just read the room and let them ramble until they're done talking and then interject.
And without breaking the taboo rules, the time of man right now has a lot to do with people's depression. The dread of the future, the what am I going to do when this is over? You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
those are all very
Well, I think that actually got kicked into overdrive, big time pandemic, because the one thing none of us ever saw coming was our industry being shut down on, I think it was March 16th, shut down. And
You remember
not
the day
two
I
years,
caught that COVID was anyway.
2 years, no work, no nothing. So I think that kicked a lot of the fears, stress, anxiety, and depression into overdrive. Because I tell you right now, it sure as hell did it for me. And not to mention during the pandemic, I was going through health issues. 2 to be exact. 1, I almost lost my foot to diabetic cellulitis.
I remember.
So
I only found out after 7 weeks sleeping, but my coma.
fair.
I mean,
Fair.
again, it's neither here nor there. It's just another story. But the night, Don McLean said it, in the song, the night the music died was, we were on stage. I used to do that thing at the Beacon every year called God's Love, We Deliver. That's the night. That was show night was March 12th of 20. The night that the world started to shut down because something's happening.
Yeah.
It was the producers of that benefit decided after sound check, no live audience. We're gonna stream it. And everybody got in a big huddle. Who do you know? We get here with cameras and audio and a truck right now. And we did it. But that was the day I caught it. And, I don't know if I'm breaking rules here, but I blame it on Jackson Brown because I sat with him at his computer for 2 hours. And he had it. He was one of the guys that had it. Him, Cindy, your old boss had it. Lauper had it. A lot of the Robinson brothers had it. We found out they found out I was asleep for 7 weeks once again, but they found out how many of the artists and crew.
Well, and that's just it. Nobody knew what it was they had.
Right.
I
flew home. They didn't shut down yet, airports or anything.
Yeah.
I flew home the next morning. The woman, Jennifer, who was my best friend, Jennifer Roselli, I'm going to send you a link to this and make you watch it, who literally saved my life. Another person. I must have done some good things because people were, so I went to get Lorelei, my soul dog, who's no longer with us. She had been watching. She was with her mama, Jen. Jen said, "You look like shit." I said, "I'm tired. I'm not used to, I hadn't been touring for a year or two anymore." And I said, "I'm just not used to the pace anymore. I'm tired. Going home, going to sleep for a few days. I'll be fine." She said, "Nope, you're coming with me." And she took me to the ER. And 5 minutes later, I went into a coma for 7 weeks. So if she didn't drag me there, we know the end of your podcast guest would be dead. So,
yeah. And I mean, and that's a lot of people, the fear of unknowing, anxiety and dread, I honestly think started at the pandemic. And now with the climate that's going on worldwide, I'm not going to pinpoint, but I think now we're all going, well, shit, what's going to happen now?
Yeah. How long is this going to last before?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing. So, everyone has these thoughts, these processes. I still deal with anxiety. I've just learned how to get out of it. I still deal with depression. I've learned how to pull myself out of it. But a lot of these guys can't.
I still have a hard time sometimes getting out of it.
She can't hear you, but she's going to wave hello. She can't hear you.
I know.
Right. Get out of here. I'm working.
I love your wife. She's so special.
She's out of her fucking mind.
I love her. I mean,
I love her. She's out of her mind.
some of us get lucky and find that perfect woman.
Yeah, it took me going through one before. But no, she's perfect. Yeah, by the way, my son-in-law took me to a place over here in Ocean Springs that's got amazing poor boys. We're going to lunch tomorrow.
Yum.
But they
There's
were
a
like
there's
this
a there's
dirty,
a couple
dirty
of
poor
places,
boys.
here in Dallas that claim to make a proper po' boy. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I learned one thing, man. It's not the proper poor boy. It's not the lettuce, the tomato, or the shrimp, or whatever you put on it. It's the bread.
That's
And
right.
it's just like pizza. It's about the dough.
All right, Danny. Let's give him a shameless plug. If you're ever in New Orleans, do
Yes.
not go to Parkway.
Oh, Parkway, amazing. No, in NOLA, got to go to Parkway. What was it? Parkway Diner?
Parkway Bakery and Tavern.
Oh my God, the gumbo was
Mids
off the chart.
everything you get. It's in
So
Mid
good.
City, New Orleans.
Well, and that place, you and I, when I came down to New Orleans and saw you, we went to that poor boy place too. That was really good. But I'll pick
Melba's was good, but it ain't
Melba's.
Parkway. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I'll pick a dirty joint over a high class restaurant all day long. So anyway, we're getting off track. That's what this podcast is about. It's called ADHD. I should rename the podcast. So what was the hardest tour? I know you were with Godsmack, you were production manager. What was your hardest production managing gig?
Well, I didn't do a lot of them because I didn't like the job. I was literally busy 24/7 as a production manager. Maybe, there are those that do find some downtime, but
I never did.
I never did. And I didn't like it. I was only production manager for a few. I did for Typo Negative. I was actually the tour manager and production manager for Typo Negative.
I think we've all done that one.
Yeah, not recommended.
Nope.
Although with Typo, Peter, Kenny, Josh, Johnny are the most salt of the earth people. Well, Peter's dead, but
he was such a great guy to me all the time.
Oh, Peter Steele was. They broke the mold. I miss that guy. And
I mean, his persona, his stage persona, and his public persona was nothing like his private persona.
No, he was just he worked for the sanitation department, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
He never gave that job up. And his car, well, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a Monte Carlo with military additions and horns and siren. But anyway, so not only for Typo Negative, but I was also tour manager, production manager, and stage manager for Carnivore when they reformed to do a couple of shows in Germany, Wacken open air. They headlined it. So we put Carnivore back together, the whole deal. Meat throwing, nurses with bloody uniform,
all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. And production manager for, there was one or two others that are escaping my mind, but I didn't like the job title.
Yeah.
It was too busy, too stressful, that probably beat up my health.
See, and that's, I agree 100% because, and that's why I've been, and like you're afforded the ability to do pretty much almost any job on a tour. Me, it's not any job. I won't touch monitors and I've never been
I always tell people I've done it all except audio on purpose.
Yeah. And I've never done monitors on purpose. I don't want that shit thrown at me. But that's what I love about being able to go between being a production manager for a tour. Like I was Cindy's production manager forever, Janet Jackson, a whole bunch of other people. But then when it gets to be too much, I go back to guitars. And someone asked me the other day, well, why do you go back to guitars? It's real simple. They don't hit me up for budgets. They don't tell me my crew can't have something. And they don't hit me up at 4:00 in the morning for coffee.
So I loved being a stage manager, but
yeah, that's fun.
Like you just said, when it came down to it, my most fun position ever was a drum roadie.
See, mine's guitar tech. It's peaceful.
Right. And I went out as a guitar tech every now and then where I could get away with it because maybe there was a U on the other side of the stage, or
Yeah.
you know, or a Grady nearby doing the same festival, or
Yeah.
but I'm not a guitar tech. I can dress frets, and I can, you know, solder a pickup and replace them, and change strings, and bend a neck properly, but I'm not really one of you, you know.
Well, my thing is, it's just peaceful for
I
me.
would call a guy like you to build me a rack. So
I'm still doing it.
good.
But it's like for me, it's just you go from production manager, first in, last out, the advanced process, the dealing with 100 different personalities every flipping day makes you just want to lose your mind. And then I go to guitars and it's silence. Guitars don't yell at me. Guitars say, "Hey, change my strings. Hey, polish my neck."
They
Okay, cool.
love you.
They love me, because I clean them, I rub them. Okay,
For me, it's drums because I was a drummer once,
we're
and you
going
know.
into we're going into a bad place with me rubbing guitars and touching
Uh-huh,
myself. But so if you had to impart, and don't do it the grumpy old man style, but if you had to impart some words of wisdom to the up and comers in our industry, what would you impart to them?
I would say that if you love music, that's a great start. If you are passionate about the place in humanity that music holds, ah, oh my God.
That's after loadout. We're fucking tired.
I would say if you love music, and if you've ever played an instrument, that's where you start. Look, I was a drummer, so I sold myself as a drum roadie. You know, if you're a guitar player, obviously you know something about guitars. What was the exact question again?
What would you impart on the up and comers in our industry?
I would impart, if you want to be a part of it, love music, and pick a part of it that really makes you go, woo, yeah,
Yeah.
that you love, because that's a huge head start. You know, I would impart to close your pie hole, open your ear holes when you're just starting, and learn and listen to the guys that did it before you. Never try to be cognizant and conscious of never using the question, do you know how long I've been doing this? Which
Yeah.
immediately just pisses me off. Even though I still say it sometimes,
Yeah.
or did toward the end. But, right now I have applications in. You'll get a kick out of this. I'm hoping to get a job as a customer service rep, remote job for Chewy.
Dude, that's awesome. I live on Chewy for my dogs.
I'll sit on a phone for fucking 8 hours easy talking about dogs and pet products. And
Chewy's a great company, and the things they do for animals and animal rescues are just great. So we fully support Chewy in this house. Our dogs, like I said, are our children. I have a $4,000 love seat and recliner and a sofa that the dogs get the sofa. The wife and I get the two recliners. They have the most
Yeah.
expensive dog bed in the world, and they deserve it because they know nothing but love, fetch, food, and poop. That's all they know.
Yeah, I really want my dogs to say hello.
No, it's okay.
Bonnie, Clyde, come here. Bon, come up here. Come here. Don't go down there. Come here. Look at the camera.
Oh my God.
Show your camera. Clyde, you're next. Come here. Come
So
here.
cute.
Come here. Come, Clyde.
Bunny. Bunny. They are the best. I mean, dogs are the best.
Wait,
I mean,
Clyde,
animals in general
here.
are the best.
Clyde, get up here. You have to say hello. Your public is waiting. Come here. Come.
Oh my goodness. Look at him.
My Clydey boy.
Oh.
All right, now get out of here. Yeah.
It's the best thing ever, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to tell you how heartbreaking it was when I thought I had to let her go.
I know. Trust me. The
wee thing I've done in the last week or so.
So last year on TSO, that Gunner passed away, and I did everything I could to get home.
I remember.
it was tough. We thought he was getting better after the stroke, and it just didn't happen. But Michelle did something which I kind of never saw coming. Is obviously before I get home, she went to the shelter because we adopt all of our dogs. Let's be clear, we do not buy dogs.
Yeah, I saved these two off the street.
Yeah, we adopt our dogs. So she went and got this little dog named Ernest, and after his testing, he turns out to be a pit bull, Malamute mix.
Wow.
And
Gunner was special.
Gunner, all of our dogs have been pit bulls. So basically pit bull mixes. And I don't care what people say, pit bulls are the sweetest freaking dog on the planet.
I agree.
But
it's the owners that suck.
So I came home to a new puppy, and he has been the joy of my life. The Malamute part of him comes in because unfortunately, because of him, we have to have gates in front of all the doors on the second floor, and we had to put a 4-foot tall gate in the door in the front because he'll go to the door when someone knocks on the door, even though there's signs that say "Do not knock on the door." But he now, just like a gazelle from a sitting position, will jump over those gates, no problem. I'm like, well, what? I gotta fucking buy 6-foot gates now? God damn.
That's where I'm at with Bonnie.
But I love it. I love it. He keeps us on our toes. He's very vocal, which we've never had a dog ever that's been vocal.
No, Bonnie, shepherds talk, and she certainly fits that bill,
So anyway, back, and yes, dogs are amazing. There's no doubt about it. And I don't think we could ever have no dogs in our house. It's just not in our DNA.
No, because the depression in my life would be tenfold.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Loki knows, and even Darby knows it too. And we adopted my son's dog because he had to move to Vegas for job related stuff. And they're all so in tune to Michelle and I that they just know when something's wrong.
Yeah, they do.
So we're coming up on time, but I want to ask you one final question before we do a final leave out. But now let's put aside drugs and alcohol. Okay. By the way, before I do that, I got to show this picture because I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, Danny Murphy.
I love that guy so much. It's not even funny.
You got some great pictures popping up.
Dude, oh, wait. And we got to talk about this one. I know I showed it already, but the one person we haven't talked about was someone in this picture. That's not in the picture. Nope. Someone that's in this picture, but not in this picture. And that was my friend, but your brother, Alan. And that was a very sweet man. He was a very good man.
He was a wise ass and sometimes a piece of shit, but he was
you times 4.
Really well described. I miss him every day.
We would be remiss if we do not mention our loved ones in this podcast because we've all lost loved ones.
Can you count backwards from 3?
3, 2, 1.
All right, maybe it's 7 because of my foot.
What the fuck are you doing?
I wanted to bring him into the picture.
Yay, Alan! Good to see you, brother. You never look so slim.
AK, right here. I shine up his chrome cap all the time.
Good man. Yeah, I think we would be remiss if we do not take this platform or this forum that I am I don't want to say affording people, but letting people have to be free as who they are, is to not mention our loved ones that we've lost. And loss is a part of life.
Yeah.
I guess, and that brings me to my question that I wanted to ask you, but let's put aside drugs and alcohol. What for you was your defining moment of, this mental illness, just so broad sweep, so many things, but what was your low?
I don't remember who, where, when, what city, but laying in my bunk thinking, this is it. What could top this? And I couldn't come up with a thought, and I couldn't sleep. And there were no drugs involved. It was once I'd I'd stopped doing all the drinking and drugging, that I just found myself in my bunk one night going, it might have been the closing couple of shows of a tour with nothing else lined up. And I just thought, I can't do this anymore.
Hmm.
And the question was depression. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
the worst moment. Well, that was probably it. Realizing not only couldn't I continue to do it because health issues had begun, things that were to get worse in the future, very near future after that, had begun. I didn't have another tour lined up. I had blown through the money that I just made because
Yeah.
I never learned how to save it. I never listened to my mother, save for a rainy day. And I just thought, this has got to come to an end, and I got to somehow find a real life.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
hard
it.
for us.
And
It's hard for
then,
us.
then the rest was just bad timing because the health issues just started to escalate fast.
Well, that's what a lot of people don't understand. And I'm going to stop you there for a second. And I learned this through the multitude of doctors that I have for all the different things, is that when something starts, it's a cascading effect with other things that are wrong, but don't show themselves until something else kicks them off. So they didn't know I was a diabetic. I had this thing on my foot between my two toes. It got bad very quick. I couldn't even put pressure on my foot. I go to the hospital. Now I send a picture to my doctor. She goes, "Get to the hospital. We've got a room waiting for you." I go to the hospital. They do the test. They come back. "Oh, you're diabetic." Never knew.
Hmm.
Now you're talking to a guy who on REO Speedwagon back in like 2002, maybe three, they had to have an intervention for, because I was like downing 24-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. I did like 18 of them a day.
And then you graduated to Diet Pepsi. But okay,
I don't drink Diet Pepsi.
you were a Diet Pepsi guy when we were touring.
No, I was a Pepsi guy.
Pepsi, right.
And I do have like one or two a week, which I'm allowed. I keep within my my allowance, and they're good. But I used to drink so much Mountain Dew that it masked everything. They never found it. I've been a diabetic for a long time and never knew it.
You and me both when I finally found out. Yeah.
And I finally find out laying in a hospital bed, with my foot, millimeters, as they put it, or whatever the hell they call it, from that infection hitting my foot bone. He would have had to cut my foot off. But I had a great doctor, podiatrist, and he got it all, thank God. But I'm laying in that bed going, morphine. Never had it, but just give it to me. The pain was ridiculous. But I learned in that instance from the doctors that cascade effects happen in your body. And let's say you're a normal Joe Schmo and you've got one thing wrong. Well, then you're okay. But guys like us who have liver issues, who have diabetes, there's a cascade effect that goes into play when one thing goes wrong. It's like that. I love that line in the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves. I know everyone thinks that movie's stupid. It's a freaking great movie.
I love it.
That's a great movie. But he had this line when they're sitting in the
ice buckets. The ice.
No, they were sitting in the training room, and they were looking over films, and Gene Hackman asked, as the coach, asked them, "What's your biggest fear?" And guys are going around the room going, "Oh, bees, oh this, oh that." And then Keanu Reeves says, "Quicksand." And I knew instantly what he meant, because I feel that on the road. Well, I felt it when I was younger because I was so new and so scared. Now I just don't give a fuck. But quicksand means when one thing goes wrong, you start to sink, and then another, and then another, and then another. You start to sink. And until you can't breathe, until until your breath is squeezed out of you. I have felt that quicksand before, but that also goes into the health issues with people who have other outlying conditions. So one thing affects another. Like my ex-wife never had she never had chicken pox or whatever. She had popped her shoulder once, and it instigated shingles. It activated.
Aye.
So you see, so there's outlying effects. Your foot, I'm sure you probably have some liver issues because I have fatty liver disease.
I do. I'm going through it now.
Yeah. And I'm going through the liver detoxes and all that stuff like that because the liver is the one thing.
Next week.
Oh, do you? So, health issues on the road add up to people having anxiety and depression, which makes the health issues worse because you're stressing your body out.
Yeah.
That's why if you go back to our old school mentality and just don't give a shit, you stop stressing your body out. I completely forgot where we were going, but I understand what you say.
Well, for 30 to 40 years, we were fine because we didn't think of it.
We were indestructible. Let's be real. We were bulletproof. No one could hurt us. Nothing could hurt us. And then we get old.
And it didn't. Right.
No.
We could do anything. And, we could party till 5:30 in the morning and get up at 7 to load in.
Dude, I'd sometimes go straight from the party to load in.
Yeah.
There were times I was loading in still shit-faced.
Surely you and I have both been wide awake on our shelves going, I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah. That lasted about a day. Maybe.
Or till after the show that day. Yeah.
Exactly. It's bad when your bass players
you holding?
You do shots. You holding? You holding? What do you got? Who's got? Who's holding? Or where's the local crew guy?
Before we run away from the physical health issues playing into mental, I want to shout out.
Go for it.
Michael Murphy, Murph, New York. You guys know each other.
Yeah.
Cool. Audio, RSA. So Murph's the guy who gave me a kidney.
No shit.
He's the transplant.
Okay,
and
I didn't know that.
The one thing that my nephrologist did tell me day before yesterday, I saw him. He said, "Your transplanted kidney is running like a Ferrari." A Ferrari.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Michael won't talk to me anymore. There's something weird going on. I don't really. I kind of know what it is in his head, but it's just plain sad, and I won't go into it. But
Sure.
He gave me a kidney, and it's the best running part I got.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. I just passed a bunch of kidney stones. It ain't fun.
I know you did. Oh,
everyone's like, "Oh, you passed kidney stones. You know what it's like to give birth?" No, I don't. I am not taking that away from a woman. I say that to a woman, I'm gonna get smacked.
I liked the episode with you and Arata.
Yeah,
Michael's great. I was waiting for him to drop my name because he followed me when I left Man of War.
Oh, did he? Yeah, we kind of went all over the board.
Yeah, good man. Good man.
By the way, here's that picture of me and you at that place in
Melba's.
Melba's. Yeah,
I love it.
Yep. So
that's a handsome couple of dudes right there.
Fucking look at me. I'm a sexy bitch. Who are you kidding?
Where the fuck did I put that hat? I love that hat. Anyway.
But anyway, would you like to leave us with any imparting words of wisdom or shout outs to anybody? Please do.
I love my brother, Bobby Schneider. I love you. I love so many. I can't even name. Again, I impart wisdom on people that will see this just coming in. Learn from the people that came before you. You don't know it all. We don't even know it all after 40 years.
I still learn shit every day.
Right. I mean, we don't know it all. Don't have an attitude. Just listen, learn, and be one of the few great ones that come out of this generation, because you are challenged right from the start.
I got some issues with this generation.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And if you're just coming into it, the wisdom I'll impart is be one of the ones we want to work with.
Yeah.
We, meaning people like me and Danny and all the mentors that the few that are still doing it, you want them to hire you. Trust me.
Well, yeah. And the OGs are starting to, it's starting to dwindle for the OGs.
Bobby's, wrestling with being done or not right now.
Yeah. So am I.
I would be wrestling if nature and health didn't choose for me.
Well, that's why I'm trying, and it's one of the things where I'm trying to keep mine up, because I'd like to get through the end of 2027 and then call it a day. Because I've enjoyed us moving to Mississippi. I've enjoyed spending time at home. I've made enough mistakes in my life and not given enough time to my family. Even though my kids are grown, we still have a great relationship. They're
Yeah.
grown and, they live on their own. And we have a great relationship, which I didn't think I would have because of what I did. But, I'm enjoying spending my glory years, I guess you might want to say, living 2 blocks
Curmudgeon
from the
years?
beach. What's that?
Your curmudgeon years?
Like curmudgeon years. Yeah, get off my lawn. But I'm enjoying, living 2 blocks from the beach and playing with my dogs and just sitting in my recliner, And what brings me real joy now, honestly, is this: to be able to do these and to have. Yeah, and Michelle had brought it up one day. It's like I came down after doing a podcast. I did one with my brother PJ, and I came down just so like in a good mood, like being able to talk. I'll never not be able to be a roadie. But being able to talk to my brothers and my sisters and talk about things that I care about matters. And it makes me feel better. It's like my new therapy.
No doubt about it, Danny.
So,
and Roadie for life is definitely a real thing.
Oh yeah, Carl had that one.
If I get this job with Chewy, I'll still be a roadie.
We're always going to.
And I still go on that network, BobNet, looking for box truck jobs because I drive.
Yeah,
I'll still take a non-CDL box truck gig.
Sure. I might do that too eventually.
Shameless plug for all you out there looking for a box truck job.
All right, Glenn, we're going to end this here, but at the bottom here, you'll see the link to Glenn's GoFundMe. I'll also, on the release, I'll put the link in his release as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, my brother in arms, my touring brother, my brother in general, Mr. Glenn Kaufman.
I love you, Danny ONeil.
Hey, wait a second. What is it? Where is it?
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny? What do you mean funny?
It's just fucking dandy.
All right, brother. Stay on. We'll hook up here in a second. Let me do the outro. And thank you so much. And I love you, pal.
I salute you, my brother.
All right, we'll talk in a minute here. Bye.